I couldn't get enough. Hey everybody, Wendy here, and welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. Here is my review for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins and it stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, and Robin Wright. When a pilot crashes into the waters of Themyscira, the Amazons learn of war and conflict going on in the outside world. Diana decides to leave Themyscira to fight, hoping to end all wars while discovering her true power. So my anticipation for this movie was high, and this is the first Wonder Woman movie, and ever since I saw Gal Gadot in Batman v Superman, I was sold. So the movie is an origin story, and Patty Jenkins did a great job telling the story, telling the audience who Diana is, where she came from, and where she ends up. This movie had humor. There were a few heartfelt moments that brought tears to my eyes, moments where I laughed out loud. And the action sequence, you guys, the action sequences were so good. A lot of them had reminiscence of the battle scenes from 300 as far as using some of the ramping shots where they slow it down and speed it up. And just every single stunt double and or actor, you could really tell, trained really hard, gave it their all, because these action scenes just had me leaning forward in my seats and I couldn't get enough. I also really like the interaction between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, who played Steve Trevor. Probably my favorite scenes were when the both of them were in it together. They were just so funny. Chemistry were on point, and comedic timing was all there. I definitely had those moments where I laughed out loud. Etta James, played by Lucy Davis, definitely helped with that. So she was a smaller character. She's not in as many scenes, but she kind of stole all the scenes that she was in, and I would have liked to see more of her. They also showcase how naive Diana was to the outside world, so it's kind of funny to see her trying to interact in the world that you and I both know so well. When she first arrives in London, you see bits and pieces of that in the trailer, and it's just as funny. And the trailer, like, you know how sometimes trailers give away the best moments? They definitely didn't do that, so know that going in. And the one, even though you've seen already some of the funny stuff in the trailer, those still play out really, really well in the movie. I also want to say Connie Nielsen and Robin Wright were also my favorites. So super fierce, these women. I wouldn't mess with them. For the negatives, honestly, there's really not much. I would say my only issue were probably pacing, predominantly in the second act, where certain scenes would end very abruptly and then they would go into the next one, and it would end just as suddenly, where you're just kind of like, oh, what happened? Another negative is, I would just say, the villains. They were just kind of meh, you know. I would say that the energy in the second act kind of dipped. So think of like the movie was bookended by a really, really great first and third act, so it kind of did this. It dipped a little bit, but honestly, I think that was it. Touching on Gal Gadot's acting, I thought it was fine. I think she's gotten better and better, and this is like minuscule, so I'm like nitpicking because I really liked her as Wonder Woman. There were scenes where it required her to really not act, because she's kind of in the background more, where she just kind of had to react, but in her movement, kind of felt like she had to do something, so it kind of made it seem unnatural. But again, I'm really nitpicking here, and there's just not much negatives to say. In the end, I am so thrilled that we finally have a Wonder Woman movie. The directing, the writing is solid, even if the second act dipped a little bit. For me, the action sequences, you guys, I cannot wait for you to see them. I don't even want to tell you which ones like to look out for. I just want you to see and experience it for yourself, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did. And now I am so pumped, so ready to see Wonder Woman in Justice League in action. My score for this movie is 8 out of 10. Well, you guys, that's it for this review. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below once you've seen the movie. What did you think? Are you ready to see Wonder Woman in Justice League? And what were some of your favorite scenes in the movie? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.